What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Ducker here, back again with another Panthers video. This is Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk, and I do recap and analysis of the Carolina Panthers. So go ahead and make sure you hit the subscribe button, man. I'm dropping videos like hotcakes, so you make sure you hit the bell icon too and hit the subscribe button. That way you get a notification every time I drop something. Give the video a thumbs up. But today, we're talking about the Panthers wide receivers. The trade deadline's coming up. There's a lot of rumors, and the thing has been different, man. The NFL's been kind of like the NBA, where now a lot more teams are making trades. Ever since the Rams are pretty much signing everybody and their mama in the offseason and making all these moves, everybody else kind of gotten hip to it and started doing the same thing. So there's been some rumors going around about the Panthers possibly making some moves at the trade deadline. This is really out of character for us. Usually we don't do the big splash thing, but this year, Marty Hurdy said he's going for it, dog. This is a small window of opportunity we have to possibly get to a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is hurting. The Chiefs may be struggling. The Patriots are not looking like the Patriots as usual. I mean, that's probably par for course, but the NFC is pretty much wide open, man. Yeah, the Saints are there. Yeah, the 49ers have a solid record. Yeah, the Packers are solid. But at the same time, there's no reason to say that with this elite defense and Christian McCaffrey, the best running back in the league, the time is now. You know what I'm saying? We didn't sign Gerald McCoy and Bruce Irvin and all these guys for one-year deals for nothing. The time is now. So Marty Hurney is going to be going forward. And the rumors have been about Emmanuel Sanders coming from the Denver Broncos. Some other receivers that are on the trading block is Devante Parker and A.J. Green. The question is, which one should we go for? Do we even need one? Now, let's talk about Emmanuel Sanders, since he's the biggest rumor. We've done business with the Broncos before. We remember Emmanuel Sanders had a pretty couple good catches in the Super Bowl against them. We got C.J. Anderson from those guys a couple years ago, even though we didn't really use him. But we've got some players from the Broncos before, you know what I'm saying? So we've done business with Elway. Emmanuel Sanders is 32 years old, but at the same time, he's still electric receiver. He's coming off an injury last season. Of course, he had the Achilles, but he looks to be fine to me. For what he is. I mean, their offense hasn't been good, period, so he's not going to be able to put on a big show with Joe Flacco at quarterback. But to me, I don't like the Emmanuel Sanders because he seems to be like the same type of guy we already have. Like, I understand that we need depth because with Chris Hogan going down, and Jarius Wright only being able to play the slot, and if DJ Moore Curtis go down, we're kind of SOL. But Emmanuel Sanders seems to be the same type of guy. He seems to have that 5'11" with quick speed, good intermediate routes, good deep ball route runner, good after catch. Same like Curtis Samuel or DJ Moore. So why would we want to add another guy to the offense that can literally do the same type of stuff? So I'm not really big on why we're going after Emmanuel Sanders. Devante Parker, I was never big on him. His numbers haven't been great because he's been obviously in Miami, but for what he's been for what he's shown, I really was never big on him coming out. I was never big on him in the league. He's always been, people thought he was a solid fantasy guy. I never was really into him in that case. I don't even know too much about him. I just know the little research I have done, I wasn't impressed. Now let's talk about A.J. Green. This is a hometown kid. Of course, he's from South Carolina. Went to Summerville High School in Charleston. Shout out to Summerville. A.J. Green he's a Carolina boy. So these rumors are going to make sense, of course, obviously, because he's from the Carolina area. And he's actually a big body receiver. It was one point in time, remember in this franchise, that Dave Gettleman would sign big receivers since they always thought that Cam Newton threw high. So they signed big guys like the Funches and Kelvin Benjamin and guys like that. But come to find out, those tall guys can't get open. A.J. Green's a whole different story. A.J. Green is tall. He's lean. He's fast. He can run some routes. He can catch the ball. He's a good red zone target. He's huge. He's been one of the best at his position since he's walked in the league. And he's coming off injury, though. He won't be back until at least after Halloween. So if we get him, it's kind of a risk. Maybe we can get him for cheap since he's hurt. But I don't know if it's even worth taking that risk because he's damaged goods right now. And if we need a receiver for depth, why would we go after a wide receiver that's hurt? So it would be great, and it sounds like a dream scenario. But at the same time, thinking about adding a receiver to this unit as a whole, why I think we should make a move for any receiver, just because our offense has already kind of been abbreviated anyway with Kyle Allen or Cam Newton in there. Hopefully, if Cam comes back and plays, we'll open things up more. But what I've seen from Kyle, he hasn't really been doing anything but being a game manager per se. So adding a big-time receiver will do nothing but demand touches from them. Of course, if you get a bona fide true number one, he's going to want that ball. So having to figure out how to force feed him into an offense could be troublesome, even though North Turner has had success with big body receivers like Vincent Jackson before in the past. I'm not really sure about how I feel about adding a guy like that because, like I said, if it's Emmanuel Sanders or A.J. Green, they're going to demand the ball. They're going to need the ball anyway if they're going to get a guy like that. But we know there's only a few touches to go around. Our receivers haven't really had a chance to do much anyway, and we know Christian McCaffrey is gonna get that ball point blank. Period. If nobody else gets the ball, Christian McCaffrey is gonna get the ball. So how do you figure out how to get the ball more around to any more receivers if you add to? Because we're already struggling to get the ball spread around to those guys anyway. So I just feel like it'd be too much of a headache. Our offense, we could use something, a shot in the arm to keep us going. But is there one guy we could go out and get that would just be like, okay, hey, period, we're going to win it all? Now, no, I'm not exactly sure. I think we just have to play well. I think we're solid in most places on offense. Yeah, we could use some depth. Maybe go sign like Torrey Smith if we can get him. But we don't need anybody that's going to rock the boat. We just need a body that can be a veteran presence, that can hold down the fort if we need him to step in if one of our two young guys gets hurt. So that's where I'm standing on the whole thing. I don't think we should make any moves for that. Maybe if you want to go get some tackle depth, but I think we're pretty solid right there. If you want to go get maybe a tight end or maybe another outside linebacker, maybe we can add to this, or maybe even a pass rusher just for depth purposes. But a wide receiver just seems so kind of far-fetched to me. So you guys let me know down below in the comments what position you think we should go for if we do go for somebody. Do you think we should go after a big-time wide receiver like that in the trade deadline? And if so, would it be worth even giving up something for? So let me know down below in the comments, man. But without further ado, I'm Aaron Ducker signing off. Necessary Blunt Sports Talk. See you next time.